All right, what up, Who That Nation? This is No Cap, No Filter Saints. I'm your host, Marley G, back at y'all another video. It's been a while since I did a video. I'm not really into the draft scenarios and talking about all the what ifs and coulda, woulda, shouldas. I want to do a video when we know what's what. Right now, we know what's what, at least for the number 9 pick in the Saints. They have, in fact, drafted Kelvin Banks Jr. at number 9. He's a tackle. He's a pretty good tackle. Not the flashy pick, not the sexy pick, not the quarterback, not the skill position. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people had slept on it and they came to grips with it and they feel pretty good about it versus the pick happening in real time. And some people are actually cool with it from jump. You know, some people wasn't high on this quarterback draft. You know, they wanted to wait till next year, ride it out with Spencer. You wasn't going to be good anyway. See what Spencer got. The Derek Carr ship has sailed. Next quarterback draft is supposed to be better than this one. But who's to say you're going to be that bad to get one of these quarterbacks? But you never know. But the pick is in. A lot of people are upset once again. I think as far as the fan base goes, as far as a pulse on the fan base, from what I've seen on social media, from what I've heard, that I talked to people, I think when it comes to people upset with this pick compared to people who are good with this pick, I think it's probably like a 70-30 divide. I think most people wanted a quarterback, and I think about 30%, I think they wanted to go ahead on and fortify their offensive line. We got to remember, Kellen Moore comes from offensive coordinator the Cowboys. Kevin Moore comes from offensive coordinating the Eagles. When they had success, they had a solid fortified line. The Eagles probably had one of the best lines in probably like the last 10 years last year. So all I feel like is, if he's an offensive coordinator, he knows to have any type of success, no matter what, you're going to have that trench work right. You're going to have that trench work prepared for battle. You can't do nothing with all these skill positions, with all these quarterbacks, if you don't have the trench work right. Now, the thing about Kelvin Benjamin, where will he play? Will he play at right tackle? Penny slides inside to left guard. Will he play at left tackle, his natural position? Put Talisi Fuaga at his natural position at right tackle. And then Penny slides to guard. We don't know. Some people say Penny stay at right tackle. Talisi Fuaga stay at left tackle because he was pretty good at left tackle. Don't mess that up. And go ahead on and put Kelvin Benjamin at guard. We'll have to see. But for right now, I'm liking the offensive line. We got Fuaga. I think Penny had a pretty decent year last year. We got Eric McCoy. He's one of the best centers, in my opinion. And on top of that, you know, you add Kelvin Banks. Pretty good pass protector, pretty good run blocker. Had a little bit of injury history in college. Not too much, but just a little banged up here and there, but not too much. So it was a safe pick. It was a safe pick. The only person who needs to step on the offensive line now is Cesar Ruiz. If Cesar Ruiz could get his act together and just, you know, kind of muster up the same type of season that he had his second year, I think we'll have a solid, fortified offensive line for years to come. For years to come. Everybody on that offensive line is, you know, pretty young. The oldest one is Eric McCoy, and he's not that old. If I'm not mistaken, Eric McCoy at least 27. Somebody could go ahead on and put down in the comment section what his age is, but he got to be at least 27, maybe 28. So Eric McCoy, he still got a good, 7 years left in him. Good offensive line could play until they 35, 36. So I really feel like, you know, we still got time to get a quarterback. A lot of people don't want Tyler from Louisville. A lot of people are down on him. I think the only person who really likes that dude is like Nick Underhill. But other than that, a lot of people are down on him. They say the Saints are really high on him. Nick Underhill reported that the Saints, you know, he think they're gonna get Tyler. he reported that they're going to go with Kelvin Benjamin. So if everything adds up, that's going to be the Saints, like it or not. But who knows? We might get Quinn Ewers. We might get Kyle McCord. We might stick it out with Rattler. But Mortutta's going to have to pick his guy. Now, as far as Shedeur Sanders go, that was the main part of who that fan base being mad. Just because Shedeur Sanders was still on the board. Just because Jackson Dart was still on the board. A lot of people are very high on these people. And sometimes when it comes to quarterback, you could get quarterback needy. And you could get quarterback greedy. And you just going and reaching for guys. And a lot of people feel like Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders wasn't first round talent. So we're going to have to see. You know, if the Saints want any shot at these guys, they're probably going to have to make a trade with the Cleveland Browns. You know, if the Cleveland Browns trade down, we could go ahead on and get a guy like Shedeur. Would I like Shedeur? Yeah, that'd be cool with me. Me personally, I was starting to lean more towards Jackson Dart because I just like the ability of him being able to run the ball and him being able to throw the ball far. Brian Daboll says he has a lot of traits compared to Josh Allen. Me, I don't know about Josh Allen, but I can see a lot of Jalen Hurts traits. I would love that for our team. But who knows, man? Maybe a dark horse is Jalen Milroe. A lot of people are not high on Jalen Milroe, but say what you want about the kid. The kid is a leader. The kid, he has stuff that you just can't coach. Like the speed and the athleticism is just off the charts. A lot of people feel like he's close to Jalen Hurts. When Jalen Hurts first came out, I didn't think he was good, but they built a good team around him, and now he's flourishing. So shout out to Harry Roseman. If we could just emulate what the Eagles do, it's a copycat league, but the Eagles just they just keep on getting, you know, good players, and I think the Eagles build outside in. They don't build inside out. I think the 49ers do it as well. They get their trench people in the late parts of the drafts, unless it's just an absolute stud. But other than that, they're going to get absolute studs with big names. The Falcons been kind of doing it. Bijan Robinson, Michael Penix. They just got James Pierce, and they had just got that other pass rusher. I forgot his name right now. It's not coming to me. But 2 pass rushers in the first round. The division getting competitive. Baker Mayfield, this dude going to have a fun season. This dude going to have 4 wide receivers and about 3 running backs. A lot of people not talking about the Panthers pick. They got Tet. That was a pretty good pick. Bryce Young going to have him a toy. Because the other guy, it's just not working out. The guy that they got from Ole Miss, Mingo, it's just not working out with him. You know, so the division is getting better. Saints up at 40. We always trade up. We got a lot of draft picks. I expect us to trade up in the second round, or I expect us to trade up in the third. You know, but we just got to see who we gonna get so we can really get a gist of what the vision is gonna be. What is the vision gonna be? Still got to remember the defensive side of the ball. Staley, he might go on and pick his guy. He going to get his toy. So on that defensive side of the ball, we're going to need some smart guys. Will Johnson's still on the board. He might fall to us. We might trade up for him. You know, maybe that knee injury was worse than what we thought. I think he has a knee injury that made him drop so low. Or maybe he just doing bad interviews. That's what I think happened to Shedeur Sanders, doing bad interviews. You know, just coming off as too brash, too cocky, too, you know, more of a me guy instead of a team guy. That's the narrative that's going out. Do I believe it? I don't know. But at the end of the day, can you ball? Can you produce? Deion was the same way, but at the end of the day, he produced. Buccaneers won a championship with AB. He was the same type of character. But did he produce? Hall of Fame wide receiver, in my opinion. But let me know what y'all guys think below, you know, of the draft pick. We got Kelvin Benjamin Jr., fortified the offensive line. Alvin Kamara. I think he's going to have some good protection next season. Kendrick Miller is going to have some good protection next season. We're going to see what they're going to do with Derek Carr. We're going to see what they're going to do with Taysom Hill. We already signed Olave to his 5th-year option, I believe. We got Brandon Cooks back. Rashid Shaheed, he's still in recovery, I believe. I'm not sure if he's 100% yet, but yeah, man. We're going to need a big body wide receiver now. We passed on Ty Warren. We're going to need a big body wide receiver. We still could get Mason Taylor out of LSU. So all hope is not lost, Saints fans. All hope is not lost. If y'all still want the splash pick, a skill position, a quarterback, all hope is not lost yet. We still got more time to get this right. But I do want to say one thing, man. They panned the camera to the Saints draft room, and you could hear a pin drop up in there. The tension is so thick, bro. You could cut it with a knife up in the room. It's just like the organization is just not eye to eye. They not eye to eye with Derek Carr, which I'm glad. I just want them to trade him. I don't want him to take a snap in the black and gold again. But I just hope they give him more tutties room to pick what he want. Like, let the man draft what he want. Don't override it by being, this GM that just want to get what he want to get. Let more tutties get what he want. Let Jeff Ireland get what he want. That's what I want. But when they selected Kelvin Benjamin, you didn't see no high fives. You didn't see no standing up in chairs, hugging, and, just happy about the pick that you got and excited. You want to be excited for the guy that you drafted. But it was just no enthusiasm, man. That's kind of concerning. But we're going to have to see what they're going to do with 40, man. I'm anxious to see what we're going to do. I'm excited for this season that's upcoming. But y'all let me know down in the comment section below, man. What y'all think about the pick, and who do y'all want the Saints to select at 40? Trade up, trade down? Let me know in the comment section below who that.